Greetings! Welcome to Tom's Hit Parade. This is my second attempt at launching a music channel on YouTube. My first attempt ended abruptly after one episode or two episodes, depending on how you want to look at it. I did my top 20 favorite albums of 2014, that was 3 years ago, and said I was going to do an episode every week or so after that, and you never heard from me again. But so yeah, because I didn't like the way that one turned out for some reason. I kept looking away at my notes over here, and I just felt a little stiff, and the lighting wasn't very good, so I bought myself a new camera light just recently, after being inspired by watching a few music channels on YouTube, like Track by Track, shout out to Kyle, and ARTV. I think it's sorry if I don't have the name right. I just started watching that one. I really enjoy that one too. So yeah, I thought I'd give it another go. And the video editing software I had back then just was not very good. It was very bare bones. But then on the other hand, it was free, so can't argue with the price point. But yeah, I've got a new video editing suite now that's got a bunch of new bells and whistles, as you saw from the opening title sequence that I have there. So yeah, I'm kind of pumped to give this another go, and I don't intend to let the one and done thing happen this time around. And in the spirit of mocking that possibility, that's going to be the theme of this inaugural episode of my podcast. It was going to be my favorite albums of 2017, but I got inspired. The theme of this episode is one and done. Artists whose debut albums I picked up and really enjoyed and waited anxiously for their follow-up, and there wasn't one. So, for whatever reason, they just never put out a follow-up. So, I'm going to talk to you very briefly about 5 albums that fit under this category of one and done. First one is Josh Hoge. He is the brother of singer-songwriter Will Hoge. He put out his debut album, Everything She Was, in 2008, and it had some great songs from top to bottom. And what I loved about this guy was he had a little bit of everything in here: soul, R&B, funk, pop, rock. I think there might have even been a little hip-hop in this. But just a great mix of songs. Mark Broussard guests on one track called Take It or Leave It. That's one of the best songs on here. Addicted, Beautiful Distraction. Just one good song after another on this album. Check it out. The next one is a synth rock group, I guess you'd say. They remind me a lot of the Scissor Sisters. They call themselves Under the Influence of Giants. Just one album from these guys on Island Records. And that was it. I have no idea why, because it was just, full of hooks from top to bottom. Stay Illogical, Mama's Room, Heaven is Full. I mean, just great songs on that. What can I say? I just loved it. You should check it out if you like groups like the Scissor Sisters, or those synthy type groups. Check them out. Next one, and I actually bought this group's album mainly because of the label they were on. Silly reason, I know, but TVT Records is was the longtime home of one of my favorite all-time groups, the Connells, whom I'm sure I'll talk about in a future podcast. But this group called Pay the Girl. They put out one album of nice, good, solid rock from 2003. And that was it. That's all we heard from them. Every song on here. In Between is a good power ballad. Freeze. Clueless was great. Oh, All You Are is probably the best song on here. Check them out. One more group. They're kind of a piano-based rock group. I was going to call them hard rock, but not really. But just a nice piano-based rock group. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Matchbox 20, maybe. The Last Good Night. Their debut album, their one and only album, The Poison Kiss. The lead singer, Curtis John, he reminds me a lot of or his voice at least, reminds me a bit of Art Alexakis from Everclear, just in a higher register. But yeah, just excellent, excellent batch of songs on here. Yeah, Pictures of You is the big single. Another great song, probably the best song on the album, is called Incomplete. It's one of the last songs on there. Excellent, excellent album. And this one is a pop group from the UK called the a.k.a. They work now, or they, according to Wikipedia, they operate now under the name Mad Fox, but I don't think they've ever put out an album. So I'm not sure what's going on with them, but yeah, this was the only album that we got from them, under this name anyway, the a.k.a. It's just a great, I mean, just absolutely hook-laden from top to bottom. A fantastic batch of songs. Reminds me of Supertramp from the 80s, or The Feeling, one of their contemporaries from several years ago. But yeah, I could name any song on this track list. Clifftop is probably my favorite, and If I Could is another awesome song. But yeah, the a.k.a. Looking Through You is the name of this album. So yeah, that is 5 one-and-done artists that I have proudly kept in my collection from the get-go. The get-go and the get-stop, I guess you'd say. So yeah, that's it for the pilot episode of this podcast. I'm probably going to call it a podcast. I know it's not a podcast per se, it's a YouTube channel, but whatever. And my next episode is probably going to be my favorite albums of 2017. I'm not going to make you wait a whole 2 weeks for this. It'll probably come up next week. And I don't know if it's going to be a 1-part or 2-part, because I've got a list of 25 albums to talk about. So, but yeah, that's the beauty of YouTube. You don't have to wait a certain set period to post each episode. I mean, you can post it whenever the hell you want to. So, yeah, maybe I'll get ambitious and do one every week when the mood strikes. But more than likely, it's going to be every other week, at least for now. We'll see what happens. So, thank you for watching. What are your favorite one-and-done albums? Post in the comments below. Subscribe, share, comment, like, etc., etc. And I'll see you again soon. And remember, life's too short to be a music snob.